Well, thanks for visiting us this morning at ktalnews.com and your Weather Authority app. I'm meteorologist Josh Marces, and this is your Memorial Day Monday forecast update. We did have some rain overnight in at least a few areas. Late last night, we did have a tornado watch that was issued. We had one storm that was moving through that was bringing some gusty winds. Didn't see any confirmation of any kind of severe weather with that, so the tornado watch has been dropped. And we will dry out for most of the day today, but it is going to be very hot once again with highs in the mid-90s. We are going to get some heat relief in here by Wednesday, but that's at the expense of the rain returning, and we'll likely tap into those daily afternoon and evening storm chances again tomorrow. Can't rule out a few storms today, but there will be a higher chance of rain moving in likely on Tuesday, and we will see that rain just about each day through the upcoming weekend, which is kind of typical of what we see this time of the year in late May, early June. We'll have to watch a few of the storms maybe for high wind or hail, but there's not any significant severe weather threat, but each day we may have some low-end possibilities of seeing either some hail or some high wind with some of the storms. So again, we have this frontal boundary getting to the time of the year. Can't really call it a cold front. All this front is going to do is turn the wind to the north and push some slightly drier air in today. So we don't expect to see much rain throughout the day here. So if you're out on some of the lakes and rivers, maybe a slight chance of some storms, especially in deep East Texas and Louisiana this afternoon, and that wouldn't be until probably sometime after 2 p.m. that we would start to see those rain chances ramp up. So it'll be dry for much of the morning and at least early to mid-afternoon. You can tell the front has dropped the temperatures somewhat. We're down to 67 in DeQueen and 70 in Texarkana this morning. Front yet to roll through I-20, so we're just kind of lingering at about 80 degrees this morning in Shreveport. And we should make a run into the mid-90s again today, so this will be similar to the heat we had yesterday. However, the humidity has dropped off just a touch here. So after pushing 105 on the heat index all weekend, with the humidity dropping off just ever so slightly, we'll likely feel the true feel to the temperatures just below 100 degrees. But if you are just kind of out and about today, make sure you're drinking plenty of water and take the sunscreen as well, as we'll likely see plenty of sun out there through the afternoon. So taking a look at today's severe weather risk, expecting there will be a cluster of storms that maybe develops along that front here in East Texas and then kind of rolls through Louisiana. And that may be sometime this afternoon, this evening. It looks like wind, maybe some damaging downburst winds would be the biggest issue for us. It's a level 1 marginal risk, so that's the lowest severe weather classification. Means we can't rule out a severe storm, but widespread or any significant severe weather is not likely. So we'll take a look here at your Robbins Futurecast, which is showing dry conditions for much of the day today, and then you can see those storms kind of popping up on that front this afternoon, and they'll follow the front southeast, so the chance of rain is going to be slightly higher today in Natchitoches, Manny, Mansfield, and maybe over towards center. And can't rule out maybe those storms developing close to Shreveport this afternoon. So if your Memorial Day plans take you out to some of the area lakes here, I'd watch maybe Lake Bistineau, perhaps Toledo Bend Reservoir for maybe some afternoon storms that would bring some lightning as well. But you should be just fine out on the water throughout the morning here. And then tonight, Futurecast does highlight maybe some scattered to widespread storms popping up. I think maybe this happens a little later on Tuesday, but this is the kind of pattern we'll get back into throughout the week here. So I think we may have a slightly higher chance of seeing some damaging winds with those storms Tuesday, and we'll likely see those rounds of storms Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday as well. So 7-day rainfall totals here, we're beginning to see big bullseye of maybe 2 to 3 inch amounts here in East Texas and Oklahoma. Again, the storms will come off the plains every day, so that's why the rain will be slightly heavier here across the northwest edge of the Arctic, and we'll just kind of taper those amounts as we head south. But it does appear that we'll have another week here with some potentially heavy rain here and there, and you can see the temperatures dropping into the 80s by Wednesday, and likely will stay in the mid to upper 80s through the weekend, but those daily afternoon storm chances likely to continue through the upcoming weekend as well.